out today was a big day. Maybe even a bigger day than we'd seen already. The kind of day where not only are you reigniting connections, you're sparking new connections in places where you never expected them to be. And they happen. And I had 2 old women and 1 young woman turn around. You know somebody's looking at you. Just very casually, I turn around and I look, and I see an old woman just sitting there behind me. And then when it came time to say, "Peace be with you," ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding, you don't say the new "and with your spirit," you say, "and also with you." And she's still got that smile, and she's just enamored. And you say, what the fuck is going on here? And you look, there's some other old woman looking at you. Oh my good golly. And the last one, which I cannot share with you, the reasoning behind me deciding that this was something special. You just gotta believe me. Last one, it was like the woman who had died, who always, every time she saw me, for the last 20 years, I remember seeing you running, skipping down the road on Main Street with that dog on the leash, and I'm just skipping, and I just looked so happy. She was driving by in her yellow Camaro, and she was cool, but I'm like, I don't remember that ever happening. However, it's a fond memory. Let her keep it. Yep, she loved me. There. She had a fond memory, and she always laughed when she told the story. What if that was her looking at me every time I turned? And I did talk to the one woman. She thought I was somebody else. She was like right there at the edge of hanging on to her memories of reality, you know. And these are the people that dead people choose to talk through. They're like, oh, this will be easy. And they push them to the side and they just look at you and go, ha 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 ha, and needling you, Archie. But so it was a fine day. There were a lot of connections being made with the real people and with the people that we love, which are really, come on, higher than reality. Making connections there, sharing the same senses of what's going on, like deeper senses. What are they called? Extrasensory perception. I think I just saw something you didn't. But then you get to share it and say, I saw it too. It was quiet in church, so we didn't talk about it. But we saw these things. And it was a good day. You take into account that the dead person person that you went and you actually prayed for may have been still around enough to say, hey, I see you. But then it got better. Not better than that, just better, because there are all kinds of good, interesting things that happen in this day. They become one. You cannot ever gauge the best possible day by breaking down its constituent parts and studying them. Victoria just sent me a thing saying that the 5th guy with HIV in the world has been cured. And I looked at it and I'm like, It was a day of connections, because it took me back immediately to me being at San Jose State. Back when I was on the radio, 90.5 FM KSGS San Jose. Yeah. Oh. But I showed up for class one day, and it happened to be that school was canceled for some reason. There were no classes that day. I don't know what. I'd show up when I showed up, and there was nothing going on campus. It may even be that I was late for class. I was in between classes. Something happened. There was nobody on the campus at all. And this person came up to me and said, we are having an HIV conference upstairs, and the public is welcome. Would you like to come up? And I'm like, okay. I had biology classes. All you need is to have a basic understanding of how things work, and you connect things and you make them work even better, right? It's what they call building a better mousetrap. And so I went up there and I sat, and it wasn't a conference in a lecture hall. It was in a room, a meeting room, with this big rectangular table with all kinds of scientists, and I was the only person from the outside world there. And I sat down in my spot, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm listening, and they're talking real shit about the human immunovirus, and how it becomes, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, where just anything can kill you, and how it's at a cellular level the virus gets in and it fucking kills the immune system, and how once it's in you, and I knew this stuff, but they're talking about it. It's at a cellular level. It's at your genome, and these people are talking about their things, and I'm just sitting there as somebody that only knows the basics. And at the end of it all, they're like, are there any questions or comments? And I said, and I raised my hand, and I started talking about the human genome and talking about different things that could be done. I can't tell you what all I said, but I know that I was saying things that nobody else said, and it was based on this connection that was being made. I was the connection. I was the guy that was sitting there that didn't have any hand in the deck. I just listened to what they all had to say, and I am convinced I had some really intelligent things to say. Not just intelligent. See, intelligent gets you what every one of those guys did and stuck to, because they don't want to hear anything from anybody else. Smart is being able to understand how to use your intelligence in a cohesive manner that supports your desire for the future. You have to be smart. And I hate to say it. That day, it was a good day. I was on board and I got to speak in a conference. Those things that I said are held in records. And I wonder if these people that are getting cured of HIV, a human immunovirus, if it's disappearing from their fucking cellular state altogether, that's the key to survival. That shit hides in there. It waits, like me. All I did was wait. And I think I might have done some $30,000. Ah, you owe me.